So turn down the lights, lock the door. It's time for DJs After Dark.
Hey everybody, Danny J here for DJs After Dark, right here on the DJB Productions Network. Make sure you click the notification bell, click the subscription button, and leave us a comment down below. We want to hear from you guys. It's another great edition of DJs After Dark. Let me go through and let you know who's on the show today. We got my main man, Matt Sunner.
Morning, Danny. How you doing?
Very good, very good. We got Dr. Rock, Ray Thomas.
Call me by my new name, Dirk Diggler.
No.
We got Rob Cannon.
Oh my God. Hold on. What's this Matt your main man? And I'm just Rob Cannon. Okay.
You're that Rob.
Hey.
Hey. It gets better. It gets better. And Ed. Ed looks like, you know, at the end of the broadcast day, right before it goes to snow. This is what you see.
God bless
Ed looks
America.
Ed's looking like he's got the wrong set of socks on.
Guys, it is DJs After Dark. We're here. We're in the middle of the COVID-19 situation, obviously, that's going around the world. It's affecting everybody in a lot of different things. Unfortunately, DJs are not essential. So therefore, a lot of us are home. We're not doing anything. As you can see, we're in a little bit different. I'm working out of the home studio. Rob ventured off into the work studio. He's at the Cannon Entertainment Studios. And everybody else, even Dr. Rock, is at home.
I am social distancing right now.
Yes. And this is a first for Dr. Rock.
Socially distancing over to the edge of the screen too. Look at that.
I
He
know.
won't even sit next to me when we're on screen. Look at that.
You should try to have social distancing sex, man. It's a mess.
I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna try and get close to him. Look. Get close.
Great time though, but here you go though. We've experienced a lot of, because Rob and I have been talking about this a lot, like obviously in the last couple of days or whatever, in the last week or so. COVID-19. Now, granted, let's not take it seriously. It's a very serious scenario. I, for one, have a compromised immune system because of my diabetes and all. So, you know, it is very serious. But it has cost a lot of people a lot of money. Rob and I both lost a lot of jobs that are not rescheduled, obviously, because there is no end right now. So we don't know when we would be recouping these parties, if anything. Things are being canceled with they're just saying, you know what, the hell with it. How about it, Rob? And it's a pain in the ass. And it's like for DJs, you got to remember, we're not some conglomerate. We're not constantly making money. So therefore, you know, when a job goes away, you know, perhaps that's one of a few jobs for that month, meaning that now you're not getting money in for the month. You know what I mean? And so that's the big problem with that going on right now. And of course, when you're dealing with the little side jobs we do, like we do a weekly thing at our ice rink, and that's local to us. That was, yeah, that's what they said to us. They said, "Did we want us to come in?" They also, you know, we had private parties. We've had a number of different things that have gone through that have caused a lot of problems. And not only you have to understand that it's causing us issue because of the lack of money and you know, the last minute cancellations and stuff like that. But you also have a bunch of people who are rightfully so frustrated with the scenario. But it seems like it's one of those things where, like, well, I paid for stuff. I'm not going to lose out. So I want my money back. I want all my money back. I want more than my money back. And that's the way people are acting right now, too, because they're frustrated. The guys, and you have to understand that, like, you know, we'll work with people and stuff like that. But, you know, like we've had a situation, there's a private party that was canceled less than 24 hours before the party over COVID-19, right? And this was before it got really, really bad.
But it was already being talked about in the U.S., so they could.
Right. So I mean, it was a good decision to cancel because we were at that point already doing social distancing, but people weren't. I don't think people were taking it as seriously at that point as they are now. But it was a good idea to do it, obviously. But this person wanted all her money back, and you're talking like, under normal circumstances, there would be no money back at all because of how late canceling the party.
Correct.
Rob went to me. He said, Dan, here's the situation. What would you do? And, I said, well, because of the extenuating circumstance, I said, we can give the balance back and stuff like that, but we just can't give back the deposit because we did work. You got to understand, when you give us a deposit, we're not just saying, oh, good, we got money, and then we're going about our day. We're answering emails. We were doing research. We're getting music. Rob was working during this whole time on this party. That's what we do. Leading up to your party, we're working on your party.
There was
Okay.
a lot of requests that weren't in the system that I had to put in the system.
Yeah.
As Dan said, you're finding music. You're trying to figure out how the pacing of the show is going to go. You're planning it out.
Yeah.
You're in the planning phases. Your deposit pays for the planning of the party. The balance pays for the party.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is.
So you
Because,
have to say, sorry, you're getting no money.
right. I mean, if you go and get somebody, if you have somebody build you a website and you decide you don't like what they built, you're still paying something because they worked on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's no different with DJing and stuff like that. Now, of course, this particular person was not happy with that or whatever. And I said, well, it's that or zero. I said, and we're giving you your balance back, which in this case happened to be half of what the party was costing, But it was one of those things where it's like, you have to.
But technically, we didn't have to do that.
No, technically we didn't. And we're being courteous because of COVID-19.
Right.
Okay. And we talked around and we talked to other DJs and stuff like that. And they were like, no, they'll give anything back.
That's
Almost every DJ, almost every single DJ was like, don't give anything back.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not
too. We're the same.
Yeah. And so understand, this is not an asshole move. Okay. To someone that's not in this business, it may sound like an asshole move. I could see that. It's not an asshole.
A bunch of assholes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an asshole move. It's business. It is what it is. But
Business is business. We still got to eat.
right. And if I give you all their money back, I forget about all the work I did. And now once again, I'm not eating, that type of thing. And that's the truth. Now,
I can bet she's not your friend on Facebook.
no, she's not my friend on Facebook. And Rob was worried. So Rob was worried, and I had to make him laugh because he said, well, what if she's complaining? She's saying she's going to tell all our friends and stuff like that. I said, Rob, how many friends could she have? And then he looked it up. And Rob, how many friends did she have?
40.
40 friends on Facebook. I said, Rob, who cares?
And 6 of them are cats.
I said, who cares? Rob, I said, who cares? I don't
Out
care.
of the 40, probably only really 10 are her friends.
Yeah. And none
The other
of
30 are acquaintances.
right. And I bet all of them had their account set up by their grandkids. So it's like, what is
Probably.
like they don't
I'm guessing that too.
I'm telling all my friends. Well, all your friends are going to be dead in about 3 months anyway.
No, I don't really care. I don't care.
Oh my God, she's called Big Hitter with a wiffle ball bat.
It reminds me of that commercial where the old lady's on the wall and she says, I unfriend you, and she rips her name off the wall. She's like, that's not how it works,
That hurts.
It's like the woman, I've fallen, but I can't get up. I love that commercial. I've fallen, but I can't get up.
Now,
But go ahead.
Now, in reality, though, just to give a little bit before we actually get on with the show, like Rob and I are essential. We work for UPS. So we've been going in the mornings.
Bring in your package, boys.
Right. And so we've been going in there and it's been business as usual, believe it or not. It's been busy. It hasn't been dead. You're thinking it's going to be dead, and it's not. Matt, you're essential.
I'm essential. I work for Walgreens in their supply chain and one of their distribution centers. So needless to say, we are very essential right now. Not only are we not working. We're working 56-hour weeks right now. We
Yeah.
normally do 4 10s. We are now doing 4 12s and then coming in on our normal day off and working 8 hours on that day as well. And then we've actually had 2 cases pop up in our distribution center.
Wow.
And we actually got the day off yesterday because one popped up on Thursday. So they shut the place down Thursday night at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So they could bring in
the cleaning.
I forget what company where they were bringing in, but they were bringing in a company to come in and basically spray down the entire building.
Yeah.
So they basically shut down an entire night and day, so a 24-hour shift, so that they could resume tonight. Today's Saturday, so they'll pick up tonight at 5 o'clock,
Right.
5 p.m. for the night shift.
So if you need money, it's thatsunner.com.
Yeah, no, that ain't that much. That's one thing, unfortunately. As you know, as good as our company is, I mean, they're generally good to us. I tell everybody that as far as big corporations go, I've worked for worse ones for less money. They are planning on throwing us a $300 bonus this month, whatever. But some of us were just complaining. We were looking at there are other companies that are taking care of their employees really good. I want to throw this out there. Again, this is not a sponsored channel of any sort, but I got an email from Home Depot. Did any of you guys get that? Or you part of like Home Depot on their app or anything? Yeah, they're talking about everything they're doing for their employees. They're actually paying all their full-time employees. They're all getting $100 extra a week, and any overtime incurred is getting paid double time.
Good.
Wow.
Now, if you
I'll be
go,
right back.
Go apply Home Depot right now, Ray.
My Home Depot right now, though, they're doing like online orders only, I think. So there's a huge line going out the door, and everybody's about 2 feet apart because they're in line.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is a fucking sneeze fest right here. I don't want to go to, so I go to Lowe's because they're open.
Nobody goes to Lowe's.
And you walk in and fine. We went there. We went to Home Depot, and literally you couldn't get in because there was a line for the online orders, and it was out the door as if it was like Ticketmaster, and people were like literally elbow to elbow. And my wife's like, "You better get the fuck out of here. I'm not staying with this." So we ended up going to Lowe's, and Lowe's was just a normal experience walking in there and doing our thing and got it out. That was it. Now, Ray, you have the ability to work from home because you work for the government, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think, but anybody who thinks it's easy working from home, I got a real secret on you. It's not a real easy thing to do. I'm glad that I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. But I think once this virus is over, people are going to learn to appreciate what they've had.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you. Now for my second job, I'm blessed to be able to work from home. So other than DJing, I haven't lost income, which is good.
What do you have? The sex site still up?
With that, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. My dining room is filming right now. So, but it's working from home. I love it. Honestly, I do love it. And where Ray really creates visualization of seeing all the people that he talks to and all. I told him, I said, I consider them all dead. I'm on an island by myself. I'm fine. I really don't care. Give
it time. You might get that wish.
I don't care. And now Ed's been a working man with that big American Eagle on his back. Ed's like a lumberjack now. Ed came out, and Ed, your mic's not working.
Ed, you look like a puppet, man.
I'll speak for him.
Nope.
Move your lips.
No, Ed.
Yeah.
My name is Ed, and I like a lot of men.
Move your lips, Ed. We'll put the word in.
Ed, I'm trying to make you out to be a good guy here, and I'm doing gay jokes on you because I can't hear your mic.
Eddie C, closed caption for the comedy impaired.
It's like Garrett Morris. Right. You can't help me.
Come on.
But again, Ed,
I can read those lips. Stop it.
Our sound tech, isn't that scary?
I know. Now while Ed's fixing up, Ed has been working. He's doing electrician work, and he's been out working a lot of jobs. And unfortunately, a lot of his jobs have been canceled because of So there you go, Ed. There you go. Now you're talking, Ed. Go ahead.
Up now. Can you hear me? Good now.
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you go.
Okay. Yes, you're right, Dan. I have been working with electrical stuff, and right now We're
How
being
many
thrown out.
times have you
We're being thrown out everywhere right now. We can't get into residential. We can't get into commercial. Can't
Mhm.
do anything like that. Many jobs outstanding that are like halfway finished. Can't get into
Yeah.
them. It's ridiculous. You know,
Yeah.
people. Are just like,
What's
you know,
Rob?
they don't even have a chance.
Yeah, Cheerios.
What are you
Rob-
doing there, Rob? You all right?
Rob's playing the fat on his bicep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Ed,
Come on,
how many times?
fiddles like this. Come on, Rob. Have you ever paid attention? It's up like this.
Rob's like,
Rob's like,
Rob's
Rob's like, look at my muscles. Look at my muscles.
Rob, like,
Ed, how many
I should come
times?
up with another TV
Ed.
show.
Yeah, Rob.
How many times have you got?
Rob's trying to take you to the gun show, and it's all nothing but a bunch of.
Rob's trying to say something, man.
Go ahead, Rob. What's up, bud?
I don't care.
How many times have you gotten electrocuted hooking up stuff?
So far,
Shocking.
So far,
Yes.
once.
Once?
the fact that you had to think about it just bothers me.
I know.
Why?
You know,
Actually, what bothers
Yeah.
me is Rob has like such low audio right now. Turn up your gain, will you?
What bothers
I
you?
can barely hear you.
How about now?
That's better.
That's
Yeah.
better.
Oh.
Force that like we're
That's-
talking to a Dixie
So,
cup.
so obviously everybody here has been affected by it, and it's,
I'm affected.
But here's the funny thing, and Rob was talking to me about this actually last night, is that he said to me, he goes, "Have you seen all these DJs popping up on Facebook?"
He
And-
actually came.
And they're
Seen
all
all-
over the place. And there's DJs I've never seen before that are just popping up. And
Yeah.
here's the deal. And here's the deal, though, with some of them. These DJs, they're not. You can tell they're not working DJs because they are very good, and they're all freestyle, like not mobile DJs, like mixing DJs, like that they scratch and
Yeah.
all, and
Yeah.
very talented, very talented. But the problem is, it's a lost art, and nobody's booking these guys for anything.
Nah.
You know what I mean? There are no clubs anymore. There is no place to play freestyle music anymore. It really isn't.
You're not going to play MPEG's 4th birthday party and scratch. Ain't
No.
happening.
No, and you know what, dude? When you have like back in the day parties at bars and stuff like that, I got news for you. You'll get a little bit of freestyle, but you're not going to get a lot because they want to
No.
hear other back in the day stuff like oldies and really oldies now is encompassing almost into the 90s at this point because
You're actually it.
yeah, because it's 30 years now. But the scenario is
You hear
it's like-
Metallica on the oldie station now. It's like-
Mhm.
Or it's also Hootie and the Blowfish. Oh, my heart. Like that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
shit, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that's a back in the day party, and it's not like before where you got like Susie Q and shit like that, you know. So these guys are doing some really nice stuff, and Rob's like, well, why the hell are they doing it? You know, like Rob, because if Rob ain't making money out of it, he's like, fuck it, I'm sitting
Yeah.
at home.
Because
You know?
very simple. They're going stir crazy. Now they got to do it for
And
somebody.
let me tell you something. This is the
Go
difference.
Bob.
I
Crazy out
remember
of
your
their mind.
And-
hours.
And understand, this is no knock on Rob.
No, it's no knock.
This is the difference between Rob and these DJs. Rob's like, if I ain't making money, I'm sitting at home on the couch and watching TV.
Well, not. I'm in the office, but not on the couch. But yeah, I'm
You know,
definitely not making money.
yeah, he's
doing
watching TV in the office a lot too.
It's like
Yeah,
this
my
show,
God.
man. It's like this show. We're not making any money off of this.
We don't make any money out of this.
No,
No, not at all.
No.
This is
Not one
actually
cent.
fun. We're having fun. That's about it.
Yeah.
Secretly Danny is, but he's not telling the rest of us.
Man,
Getting a cat.
man, I noticed you've been wearing nicer clothes lately, and that big.
Yeah, look at all that
I
gear in
knew.
the studio.
My new
Look at all
Armani
that gear
mic.
in the studio.
My new Armani mic.
And I
So
noticed
with Danny,
Gold-plated.
and the
My head.
packages that you get with nicer
My-
clothes.
My gold plated green screen, you know, like stuff like that. No. But no,
Right.
but seriously though, it's you see these guys, and what they do is they go on a watch party, and Rob's like, well, who the hell's watching them? And believe it or not, there are a lot of people
Yeah.
jumping on, and I had to explain to Rob because Rob's not on Facebook as much. There are people out there because of COVID-19, because of the quarantine, that are like, I've seen it multiple times. Is anybody doing live music right now? Can anybody show me who's doing live music right now? Because these people that do live music, excuse me, they're actually performing from their basement studios, and like we're doing
Danny,
this show.
you get tested.
Actually,
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah.
did something.
Jason, yeah, your son.
Your
Has
son
been a couple times.
Mike,
singing.
been doing Facebook Live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of performers are doing. He's not getting paid for it,
No, but that was cool what he did.
but it was very cool. But a lot of DJs are doing that too. This one DJ was actually pretty good. He was playing a lot of really cool freestyle music, and his kids, they were inside the room. I guess he had it set up in the basement, and it's a finished basement. You could tell, and his kids are dancing, and he's over there mixing. And then he goes over, and he picks his kid up, and he shakes her around, he puts her down, he comes over, and all of a sudden he's like, bam! And then all of a sudden it goes into Apache. I mean, this guy was really, really like good. Like I was like, I would, if I was at a club, I'd be digging this. You know what I mean? And understand,
Bring his kids to the club.
he should bring his
Right.
kids in.
I'm
You know.
seriously thinking that DJs After Dark should come up with their own song to wash your hands to. I think we should work on that this week.
We should. A friend of
We
mine,
should.
Did you
a
guys
friend,
Yeah, I'm gonna get right on that, right?
live?
I'm sure you will, Matt.
a friend of mine, Anthony Porter is his name. He actually did the original. One of his songs was our theme song for in the season 1 of That Way Cool Wrestling Show. His band is
Right.
called Clashing Plaid. He did a song. He got on live Facebook Live one day, and he did a quick song about washing your hands. Wash your hands, and they just did his little song. And then don't you know that 6ABC grabbed it and put it on their feed and played it
Really?
Yeah,
on their website? Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Wow.
Did you
So-
guys hear the same idea that you're talking about is called,
Yeah.
it's the Bee Gees song, Staying Alive, but it's
Yeah.
Stay Inside. Didn't I say
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I sent
Yeah.
that to you yesterday, Rob.
I
You
had
can tell Rob's getting old because
I'm
I literally
sorry.
sent that to
I-
you
I
through
had
Facebook
that-
Messenger
I had that for a
yesterday.
week.
so what Rob was saying is Rob is one day behind.
No, I had it for a week.
He had it for a
I'm
week.
sure
He
you
just
did,
didn't,
Rob.
he just didn't
Sure you
realize
did.
what it
That's why you
was.
shared it with everybody, right? That's why you shared it with everybody, Rob, because you had it for a week. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
I did share it with people.
No, you didn't.
He's like, fuck you.
I quote my old friend Mike Clark. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yes, Danny.
You
Danny
don't
J
believe
with
me,
the top of the show
whatever.
was today.
Rob sends me so much stuff that sometimes I just say click. I give a thumbs up and then I move on with my day. I don't have time to look at everything. I have to go
Is that why
back.
you didn't see the naked picture I sent of your wife?
Rob sends
Mhm.
me stuff like I'm at work. I'll be on break and something will pop through and I'll be like,
But
"Oh,
see,
what Rob
Rob-
sent me?" It's like, "No, I can't click on that. I can't click
Rob-
on that. Somebody will walk past."
No,
me."
Rob,
Titus, it's not the lyrics of Staying Alive. It's the song.
don't play it.
Huh?
Don't play it.
Can we play 10 seconds of it?
I think 10 seconds and then get it off
All right.
because we'll get blocked.
Hold on.
No, get it off.
No. Get it to the lyrics. Get it to the lyrics. Because that,
Let me.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Take it off.
No, get it to where the lyrics change from the original.
Are you hearing them staying inside?
Okay,
No,
that-
we didn't
we'll
because
get-
we
no,
kept
we
telling you
didn't.
to stop telling because you were playing.
You're playing everything else.
That'll get it flagged.
It's not even a song that's.
Yeah, but they'll flag it. Trust me.
No, because it's not about the. It's not about
I've-
the. It's not
I've
about
been-
the owner.
I've-
It's
I've been doing this long enough to know that they'll flag anything. They've been flagging videos where somebody's playing a radio in the background, so I'm not
Really?
even playing with. Yeah, yeah. I'm not even, I don't even play with it.
I had a.
Caroline.
I shared I'd shared a video that I had shot with my drone,
Yeah,
and I had added. It was one of the intros to a Breaking Benjamin album.
yeah.
And I put that music on there, and I literally shared it to somebody's page just to show them the
The video.
resolution of the camera.
Yeah.
And after I did it, I think it still maintained the audio, but Facebook immediately flagged it, like going, "Oh, we think there might be something in here that violates copyright laws. Do you have permission to use it?" And of course, I said, "Yeah, I've got permission to use it." Click.
And how's the,
And I think it kept it. But I think
going live doing all that music?
That's what I was wondering, and I wonder it's because he's mixing it.
There's something new right now on Facebook. Read the description. There's a disclaimer on their you got to put it in the description of what the video is. There's a
Okay.
disclaimer on there. And that voids them. The one guy I was watching was on for 4 hours last night on
I
Facebook.
don't get it. Yeah.
It's a disclaimer you put on.
You have to
Yeah.
when you're going live on Facebook, in the description you have to put the disclaimer.
Mhm.
And the algorithms notice that, and it's basically saying, hey, I'm not making money off of this. I'm not doing this for any kind of monetary gain. I'm
Right.
literally just sharing this, and I do not own the rights to any of this music.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's how you get away. That's how you get around it. It's kind of like the old copyright laws, like with home video,
Well,
Yeah.
This
the,
leads.
the law
or-
was you can make a copy of it. You could make a copy of it for your own personal use.
Yeah, yeah.
And as long as you're not broadcasting it anywhere or charging people to come in your house and watch it, it's fine. But of course, then, studios were still losing too much money. And then they started, once we hit DVD, started putting all the copy protection and everything else on it.
Right.
And you couldn't, and
And
you
that
get
was
that crappy.
That actually was a scenario with the NFL.
Yeah.
Like NFL films, it was like you can't, it was that specifically, like you can record this for your own home use, but you can't broadcast this in any other fashion. You can't all this, blah, blah, blah. But like it leads me into this other thing. We have this person we always bring up, and she is a karaoke VJ. I'll call it that. And I've said many times that the woman is not a DJ at all.
Could you put that up on Facebook? And can we listen to that
What's that?
just so we can all laugh? The girl
We
singing.
go, oh no, yeah, we could. No, I don't have it. I mean, But what happens is she is somebody, just to explain this, she's someone that works for a karaoke company. And these karaoke companies are not DJ companies. Let me explain this real quick, because what they do is they undersell everybody. They get every single bar out there for pennies on the dollar, which
Ugh.
they're not making any money at all.
I mean,
And it makes it hard for DJs to actually get jobs. That's
Yeah.
why Rob and I are never working in bars at all, because they can't afford us, in a sense. And what she does is, this particular one, she actually, you could tell, she does the karaoke because she's someone that loves to sing
mhm.
and is not good enough to be in a band. And bands don't really make money, really, when you think about it, like unless they're good. You know what I mean? So she's not going to get in a band and make money. So this is a way for her to make money and to be able to go out and sing all the time. So
Right.
now that COVID-19 happened, and she's not doing her fucking 19 karaoke jobs a week
Wow.
that she does. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Basically doing one in her kitchen.
Right. She's at home going on live and singing songs because she can't stay off the fucking mic.
I'll bet you if that money's under the table, that DJ money or karaoke money that she's
Mhm.
getting, or even if she was getting a check from that company, she's dead broke right now.
Oh, yeah.
They were
Dead
taking
broke. Dead broke. And that's the point of it. And the thing is, but like it's people like that, and it brings us in on another subject, but it's people like that keep actual real DJs who have been doing this for 30 plus years from work.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob and I have an extremely difficult time getting weekly work, public work, because of the fact that they can't afford for us to put our equipment in.
peanuts.
It's the money they want to put out is not worth us bringing our equipment out. That's how bad it is,
Mhm.
And
The thing is, I mean, it started happening as early as, about 15 years ago, if you think about it.
right.
Let me put it this
It
way.
really that's when some of these places started getting cheap, because I know, before you get in there, up, because we had this one account and they used to complain about every little thing.
Yeah.
And we lost it. Next thing you know, we went in there just to see what were the people coming in after us were doing, and they were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And they sounded, and the thing is, it sounded horrible. The levels were terrible. You could barely hear it
That's
over the
horrible.
crowd. But it was ultimately the bar just wanted background music, and we were too expensive. So they made an excuse
Mm-hmm.
to get us out.
Yeah.
But you know what, Matt and everybody, and Dan, we've already talked about this, but I've been DJing since '74, and believe it or not, Ray, you'll back me up on this. The bar rate
I got you.
has not changed that much at all, right, Ray?
No, it really hasn't.
I mean,
And Rob, I'll tell you, you knew that about my career. I loved bars because you used to have so much fun, but you
Yeah.
never made any money.
That's
At a
right.
bar.
I was the same way. And Rob said to me, he says, Dan, you'll get there. You'll get there. I said, what do you mean you'll get there? He goes, you're not going to like the bars eventually. He goes, you like the
Yeah.
bars now. He said, but Dan, you're not going to like the bars soon. I said, no, you're full of shit. I love going to the bars.
Yo, this is a subject
You're
you all
still doing
appreciate.
the same show that you did when you did a wedding or something,
Yeah.
and you were still doing the same thing for the bar, and it was a lot of fun. The girls were crazy, the guys were crazy, but at the end of the night, it was like, oh my god, I only made $75, or I made $100. Where
What do you think band members make?
I had to figure out a better
Yeah.
method.
That's right. Band members, I guarantee you, Jay doesn't make what he's worth.
Oh
Your,
no,
your son doesn't make what he's worth.
no.
I
The
guarantee it.
band does
Your
make
son,
a
right?
bit of money. Their management company's very fair to them, but I'm sure they could be making more.
Oh yeah.
You know who's making the money? The management company.
Dan, you remind me
Exactly.
of something. Hold on. When I first started working at UPS with Harry, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Harry used to like brag to me.
Doesn't it look like he's looking right up at me?
Huh?
Rob looks like he's looking right up at me. I love this.
Looking at you. Anyway, it's like the
Looks like the opening to the Brady Bunch.
it's
Right. Don't you feel like we're in that window now? Here's a story. I don't want to see any more than 10 seconds.
Ray won't relate to this story, but it's like this guy used to say to me, "Yeah, man, I got laid last night." Oh yeah. I said, "Are you still having kids?" He goes, "Yeah, we're working on another." I said, "Well, look, in about a year from now, let me know how things are going." So a year later, maybe a year and a half later, I walk up to the area to work, and he goes, "Fuck you." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "You were right." I said, "About what?" He goes, "I haven't gotten any in a while." I said, "Dude, and you ain't going to get any." I said,
Mm.
"It's just the way it works, except for Ray. Ray still gets it when you want."
Thank you.
Right, Ray, on demand. He snaps his fingers. Ray must have a fucking, really big.
In all defense, Joanne responds to a snap. I think it's a hypnotic suggestion because I snapped at her and she looked at me a little weird.
She went,
Do you know this thing
I said,
blows?
Joanne!
And it blows with like a whistle and it goes down to the floor? Well, then basically think about that. All right.
The best thing is we were at Rob,
Yeah.
we didn't have a chance to talk about this, but we were at Rob's birthday party a couple months ago. And it was funny because it was all the DJs got together. Ed was there, Ray was there, a lot of our DJ buddies were there. And yeah, thanks for coming up, Matt. That was great for you today.
Yeah. I figured I was going to make the 12-hour drive on a whim.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to drive straight through. Because Rob's worth 24 hours of travel time and about $300 worth of gas.
So
I love you, Rob, but not that much.
"Oh,
Yeah,
man."
but didn't they have it cut up a
Listen,
bit?
if I
No.
doesn't blow, you know.
So I'm sitting.
Yeah, but wasn't it?
I'm sitting.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to like Ray and Joanne, and
Yeah.
it's funny when you talk to Joanne. And Joanne, I said to Joanne, I said, "You realize you're the subject of a lot of sex talk on the show." She goes and she starts laughing, right? Because she don't care. She don't give a shit. She really doesn't give a shit.
She looked right at me, turned to the right, and said, "Yes, sir, we do, don't we?"
But I said, Joanne, I said, it's always positive talk. 'Cause I said, you're always on top.
Unopposed to Danny, who's always on the bottom. All right.
You know, but no, it was funny because we had a good time at Rob's party. We had a nice fun party for Rob, and
It was a blast. Thank
It
you,
was
sir.
my 30th.
yeah, it was the 30th. Yeah, exactly.
Who was the DJ?
Nobody.
And the funny thing was, right? Like I'm talking to
There
Rob's daughters because I mean I know the family for centuries. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to Rob's daughters and I'm talking to Lauren, the one that's getting married, right?
when you do.
And the fiance. When I tell you this kid, if he bit his lip anymore, it would have came off. Like he would have like a walker in The Walking Dead, right? Because he fucking hates that I flirt with his daughter like religiously. Now, granted, I flirt with Lauren, but Lauren's like a niece, so I sit there and I flirt with her, but because she's hot as fuck. But the thing is though, she's very close to. I'm very close with her because of her closeness with my nephew and stuff like that, and it's a special relationship. I
And
have
your
with Lauren.
niece.
And my nieces, yeah, because she's friends with my niece.
Because he won't be on the next
And
one.
he was, and in all honesty, and I don't really talk about this, but at, like my nephew's funeral and stuff like that, she was very, very sweet with me, and she talked to me a lot at the party and stuff like that because I sat down with her for a little bit, And I have a very special relationship with Lauren. I really do. Now she's probably like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I do. I think of Lauren a little bit differently than I think of the other kids.
Yeah.
And
the problem is, Dan,
Enjoy this episode with Danny J this week because they'll have some explaining to do next.
Hey, hold on. The
What's that,
real
Rob?
problem is when Dan says this to Lauren.
Do I make you horny?
I mean,
yeah. And she's like, what are you talking about? But like the fiancés over here, like straight face. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. You know, like he's like, he doesn't want to have
my girlfriend.
no. Yeah, just stop looking at my girlfriend. That's basically what because he's young. He's a young kid. But and I get it, you know what I mean? But I'm like, listen. And I said to Rob started laughing, he told me about it. And I said, listen, if I really wanted to have Lauren, I would have Lauren and Mar. I said, I'm not having Lauren. Okay? I said, Lauren would have to understand it. And I said, if Lisa had any problems with it, I'd have to have Lisa right afterwards, the day after. And that's the way it would work, like
My
that.
family, they
Dan.
dream about having sex.
Dan,
I want to see how long you get shut down.
Dan, including me, right?
what, like,
But that
what life would that be?
in this life, Ed, while you're doing electrician work, God forbid Ed's doing electrician work.
Oh, shut up. You have a better chance with Lauren.
I went to get a glass of water and I fucking got shocked from the sink. I turn on the light switch and water comes out of the chandeliers.
Boy, this really good.
But
Matt's looking to get a part-time job.
But no, we had a good time. But keep it on with the show today. COVID-19. We actually lost a country legend, Joe Diffie,
Yeah.
who was singing Pickup Man, John Deere Green, number of other songs. He had a lot of great songs. He was really big in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, he was.
And a great thing. He was only 61. He was very young. He passed away from COVID-19. He passed away. It's a sin. Now, granted, he probably had some underlying problems.
And ironically enough, he also did the song "Prop Me Up Beside the Jukebox If I Die."
Yes.
That's correct.
I wonder if anybody did it.
Take it off, Rob.
That's wonder. Did anybody do it?
You know, but
Anybody
that
remember he likes blondes?
yeah, does he like black? Yeah, he was great. I loved him. He was in that era of country music that was so amazing because we had people like Travis Tritt, Alan Jackson, Garth Brooks.
Country was pretty hot in the 90s.
It was hot. Clint Black, George Strait. I mean, all these stars were so huge back then.
Yeah. And
You know.
funny enough too, right around that was around the time that I had met Dan for the first time, and
Yeah.
he was starting to reintroduce
Without
me
a-
to country, and literally a few months after Dan and I met, it was maybe 2-3 months probably after we'd really become friends. I had gotten a pickup, and literally the first song I heard in that truck
Pickup Man.
on the radio, I turned on 92.5, and what was the song playing?
It was Pickup Man.
Pickup Man by Joe Diffie.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Nice.
isn't this apropos, But yeah,
He was a great artist. I really, it's hitting home. It hits home that he
Get it off, Rob.
he's like really one of the only famous people I've heard pass away from this.
Yeah.
I think he's the only famous person I heard pass away.
One of the more
He
guys
passed away just recently.
with
Who did Ray? Who did Ray?
one
Roger.
Dallas Senior,
Oh, okay.
and there was also another singer. Oh, the guy who wrote Stacy's Mom, Fountains of Wayne.
Oh, get out.
Their lead singer died
From this?
because of
Oh,
COVID-19.
get out. Okay.
Did you say
I
Brad?
hadn't heard about that.
No, his dad. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, Marcellus Senior or something passed away
Mm.
because of COVID-19.
So, I mean, it's a serious thing, guys. I mean, we're making light of a lot of stuff, but it is a very serious thing. And I said, we definitely got to get on there because it's affecting music. It's affecting DJs and stuff like that. What we're going to do also, we're going to talk about, like I said, we mentioned all the DJs that are popping out of the woodwork on Facebook and they're doing it for fun. Like Rob said, why are they doing it? They're doing it for fun because these are guys that really, the fact that they get paid when they were getting
It's a
paid.
bonus.
Was a bonus.
It's a bonus for them.
They just love doing it. It's just like a guy who does like stock cars. If I win, I'm getting money. That's awesome. But he's not doing it for that. He's doing it for the love of racing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Rob's like, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not touching my shit.
Yeah.
So Rob,
Poor Rob.
I'll tell you right now, Rob does not like music. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, we've discussed this before. Rob is a guy that plays music to get paid.
No.
He does not
does
listen
not
to
like
music.
music.
He does
No.
not listen to music to get into the music.
Ed, will you please?
I'm shocked. I learned a lot about Rob today.
Rob, do not.
Listen to me, How long
First
you
of
been in
all,
business, Rob?
What?
How long you been in business?
since 74,
4.
46 years.
So wait.
Rob, I came to you at 8.
There's got to be some type of love for either music or the business. I think it's both with
Yeah,
Rob.
dude, you really think I'm making millions out of this business?
Making millions,
If I was doing this
millions.
money
He's looking up at me again. You know, I know that.
time ago.
Rob doesn't have a Swedish background. I was told.
No, see,
Sorry, guys.
Let Rob talk. Let
this
Rob talk.
is-
Let Rob talk.
Saying that if I was doing this for money, I would have been out of this business a long time ago. And
Well, the thing is, though, too, knowing Rob, and you got to know Rob's personality, and this goes into
wouldn't
like a
have
psychological thing. This is a psychological thing. Rob is the type of guy who, when he knows something, he masters it. Okay, but if he doesn't know it, he stays away from it.
like,
And that's like when I send you links and you don't look at them. And stuff like that. Yeah, so, but like Rob,
viruses.
Rob is like a horse with blinders on, honestly. And this is not a knock on Rob.
Yeah.
This is Rob's personality. Rob is like this, and Rob's like, it's DJing, and I say, Rob, look over here. And if you look over here, we forgot about DJing for a second. It's like, oh wait, I gotta get back to DJing, and that's what he does. Rob, we asked you on another show, name a song that you like, or name or something. I forget what the verbiage was. We said
So
something,
you were
and
asking
you,
my favorite group or something, or favorite.
something like that, right? And
Yeah.
or the scenario wasn't like an answer. It was like,
I just
why
said
do
I
you
like all artists?
like? No, it was something like, why do you listen to music, or something like that.
Yeah.
And the answer
Rob,
was,
wasn't it Hanson?
yeah, it was Hanson.
Hanson.
Yeah. But the scenario was Rob told us repeatedly, he couldn't give us a different answer, that he listens to music to see how it'll work.
I do.
And that's what he does, because he's trained to
I
do that.
analyze it. That's true.
He analyzes
You have to.
music.
That's
But-
what a lot of DJs do.
But Rob does not listen to music to say,
For the sake
I,
of listening to music.
I like music. He likes his wedding. He likes Always and Forever because that's his song with Lisa. And he has to know
Oh.
that. He has to,
Don't you
and-
dare.
but he has to know that. And now I know that. So I'm about as good as Rob is to Lisa
Here's
at
where
this point.
you want to know my real weakness in music. I
Yeah,
don't
where is it?
like
Yeah, where
Matt
is it?
will tell you every artist in the band. I
Yes.
couldn't do that. Matt
Right.
definitely.
Neither can I.
I
I wouldn't be able.
Yeah, that's a Matt thing. That is a Matt thing. That's right.
Matt knows.
Yeah,
the
that is my thing. I know the performers in the band for the most part. I mean, a lot of the newer ones.
Matt would have been
people I
great.
grew up on.
Matt would have been a great behind the scenes on MTV type of show.
I agree.
You know? Yeah, honestly. Getting the band back together would have been Matt's show. I totally.
Yeah,
I think it would have been
Yeah.
yeah,
That would have been Matt.
yeah.
Matt, I will tell you, Jason's friend, break it
But no,
back.
but Rob, you were going with something with this. Go ahead. So you were saying that, and then what?
What part? Where were
See, you forgot it already. Well, you were saying about how Matt and
Wait,
knows everybody in the band. You don't do that, but something about you. But what your weakness is, you said.
Oh, just that I don't know like all the artists in the band, or sometimes like I don't know the lead singer's name in a band.
Well, I don't
Well,
know
a lot
either.
of people do though. Like Matt,
My wife does.
Harry's
My
a
wife does.
Harry's
Yeah.
a big
Mhm.
nut on that. Like he knows all the freaking lead singers. Like
But
Ray,
he's
I could say to Ray right now, and I bet he'll give me the answer. Bad Company. Who's the lead singer? Not you, Matt.
Paul Rogers.
Who?
yeah,
Paul Rogers.
yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
All right, both lead singers for
Anybody know that Duran Duran, the lead singer in that band, he was in another band. Do you know, Ray? Matt, you probably know.
I know.
You talking about Simon Le Bon? You talking about Simon Le Bon?
Yeah,
Anthony
Simon
in
Le Bon.
Public Image.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
he's in another.
Nope.
I
In
can't.
fact, guys, if
It was
you go
the
to
band. The band was Arcadia.
Yes.
The
That's
band was
right.
Arcadia.
if you go
It
to
was formed. They were formed when Duran Duran was on hiatus.
He is Google.
yeah,
Man,
Okay,
Look at that.
here's okay. So hey Rob, here's then related question then. If we're going to do this, related question. 3 other members of Duran Duran:
Right.
Andy Taylor, Roger
Yep.
Taylor,
I don't know these
Andy
people.
Taylor,
Don't either.
Nick Taylor.
Roger Taylor, the bassist.
Sure.
I'm trying to think. There was one other
Yeah,
member,
sure.
but they were in a band with another lead singer that was hot. Well, a solo artist that was hot in the '80s. Do you know who it was?
Mm-mm.
John White.
Power Station.
Robert Palmer. It was Robert Palmer, and it was
Wow,
2, if not 3 guys from
Power
Duran
Station.
Duran.
Was it
Power Station.
Was it?
Power Station.
Power Station.
Now here you go.
Really?
If you go to
Station.
on
Station.
Facebook, if you go to DJs After Dark on Facebook,
Right.
I posted a video yesterday, which was
It was
it was about the bands that got better when they replaced their lead singer.
The singer.
Okay.
Don't you dare say
And
Taylor.
I was honestly very surprised by a lot of these. Like, for example, Journey had a different lead singer before Steve Perry.
Correct.
And I can
Correct.
honestly say when they played him, the lead singer from Journey before Steve Perry was not good
No.
at all.
And
It was not good.
I want to. Well, thing is, I'll have to check that out, Dan, because I didn't see you post that. Because
Yeah, it's in DJs After Dark.
technically, I will check it out. But theoretically, their first lead singer was their keyboardist, Greg Raleigh, who has a great voice.
I
So
didn't think
they
he did.
found
Yeah.
I think it's Greg
Oh,
Raleigh
I
who it was. Nah.
Greg Raleigh, great voice. He was their vocalist for Santana.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
Yes.
He wasn't that good.
He's a great vocalist.
No, I
Fuck
don't
you,
think
Dan.
he's good. I don't think
What do you know? The man's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, and he's not.
Yeah, whatever.
Big Bruce fan.
He plays with Ringo Starr's All-Star Band and
There
sings
you
for
go.
them.
And Ringo Starr was in Caveman. That's the best thing he did in his life.
Yeah, Ringo Starr wasn't really popular either.
But, no, there's
But no, he was-
Get it.
there was a lot of things, and they talk about Duran Duran. Like Duran Duran, before Simon Le Bon was there, they had another singer, but it was mostly all their independent gigs and their their bar touring gigs and stuff like that. Before Simon Le Bon, and Simon Le Bon gets on there and is like, "Shit, now we can make videos and we can make money and stuff like
Was
that."
that same with
Well, I think the only one that'll get this question is going to be Matt. Matt, when Sammy Hagar left Van Halen, there was a third lead singer for one
Yeah.
album.
Gary Sharon.
Gary
Gary
Sharon
Sharon from
from
Extreme.
Extreme. Gary Sharon from Extreme.
Right.
Mhm.
We actually saw that band with him there. They were really good. They just didn't pump them up. But that was really a great show. We
You
went
know
to
what?
see
I'll
Van
tell you that
Halen.
about Gary Sharon. Gary Sharon, when he joined Van Halen, he would have been great because Gary Sharon's got a fantastic voice.
Oh yeah, he does. He
He
does.
Remember,
really does. But when you have Van Halen being Van Halen, Gary Sharon would
Right.
still be an Extreme. And that was
Correct.
the problem. When you watch the video, there was one video that was released with their release song from that album, right?
Mhm.
And you watch Gary Sharon interact with Van Halen, you would have thought he was an Extreme, and they were like, "All right, kid, like stop." Like
Right.
that's kind of
Yeah,
like
it was
what
like it was. You
Yeah,
felt
he
like
was-
Extreme was opening for them, and they brought him out on the stage to do a song.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm
Hey,
so
we're
happy
gonna-
to be out here."
We're gonna bring our friend Gary out to do one with us, just
Yeah.
for shits and giggles.
Correct.
That's a lot of it. What it was like, but
It didn't last long, huh?
no, one album.
One album. One album.
Just like with Motley Crue. Motley Crue.
John
was-
Corabi.
Is that who that was? John
John
Corabi.
Corabi.
He
Yeah.
was bad. He wasn't that good.
Yo,
And
my,
ultimately, though, too, see some of those bands, and I'll say this because this is the other thing I think that hurt Van Halen with Gary Sharon, and then also Motley Crue with John Corabi. You had decent vocalists, and you had decent bands.
Correct.
As far as but there was not that chemistry yet.
No.
yeah.
Continuity.
That was the big thing. You were so used. They had such a long history. There was that songwriting. They just meshed. They didn't have that history. They did not have that build up. So it was like you're still trying to figure out how they fit together. And
Yes.
unfortunately, when you've got such a legacy singer like David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar And then, Vince Neil back then when he was still good before he was fat and bloated and
Bernie,
Yeah.
couldn't hold it, couldn't sing anymore. It was
Kind of
suddenly
like
the quality
Burnout.
just like dove. If those
It did.
guys came in after maybe like the second or third album, it was like going, things aren't kind of working with this guy. We fired him. We're not liking him anymore. We're bringing this guy in.
Right.
While they're still developing, you could have seen a different trajectory after with those guys singing. Because it would have been like, okay, all right, well, I haven't gotten used to that guy, and I don't have a bigger catalog to compare it to. Versus
Right.
like, okay, they're still trying to find their way, and oh god, this is so shitty compared to the other stuff.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Who
It's the honest
actually,
truth.
who actually changed lead singers and became kind of different, even though he's friends when the original lead singer came back. But here's one where the band changed lead singers for 7 years, and they had better sales than they did from the original lead singer.
If you say split decision, I'm going to slap you.
It's not.
They had
Shut up, Christine. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
oh damn, he's got Christine in
I'm,
it.
wait. You said the original guy left and then came back.
The original guy left. Now they're also still touring. The original guy came back. They're still friends, but this band changed for 7 years, changed their style, had bigger hits than they did when they were original, and now they get along great. But they, for a period of time, when they changed lead singers. Joanne, you over there?
Oh,
Yes, you are.
the only one that's coming to mind would be, but I can't imagine the bigger sales.
I think Joanne's going to know this answer. Joanne, come here a minute.
It couldn't be Judas Priest.
Oh, we're gonna get to see Joanne.
No, we just want you to wait for a minute.
Joanne,
Come
come on,
on.
Joanne.
Joanne, come on. Joanne, come on.
Hi.
Listen to Dan, like
Joanne.
Joanne, come on.
I'm just trying to think of bands that changed lead singer, got new guy, and then brought the original guy back.
Go ahead. Joanne,
And I'm
it's
probably
okay.
wrong because the only one I'm thinking of right now is Judas Priest.
Joanne,
You're
it's
so
okay.
close.
Joanne, you can come on the
It
show.
was.
Come on. Was it Judas
It was
Priest?
the Judas
Was it? The
Doobie
Doobie
Brothers.
Brothers?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, who changed-
that's right. Yeah, Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald left.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Tom
wasn't really-
Johnston.
But he wasn't. Michael McDonald wasn't a lead singer, though. I mean, he was
Spoke a lot of
one of
He
them.
was.
Is that why,
He
man?
wasn't every song, though. It was kind of like Chicago, where they kind of went back and forth between the keyboardist and Peter
And take
Cetera at the
the horn
time.
out.
Right. Exactly. Now, Chicago, who's one of my favorite bands, the guy that took over after Peter Cetera is actually still with them.
Yes,
And
it
I
is.
was-
I watched Chicago.
I was very surprised by that because when I would see Chicago come up, I was like, I don't know if I want to see them without a lead singer. Like, I don't know that they would be able to sing. But he's a good singer, that guy.
Hold on, Ray's trying to
Come
say.
on.
Joanne, get on this camera, Joanne.
Same thing for Styx, the guy they brought in after Dennis DeYoung.
Yeah.
He's a great singer, great
Is he?
keyboard player too.
Hi, Joanne.
Joanne, look at she ducked out.
Joanne, come on. You look better than Ray. Let us watch you.
Joanne, look me in the eyes, Joanne.
Oh God.
Which is more or less, Dan. Joanne, look him in the feet.
Look me in the feet.
Go ahead.
Stare up at me. That's it. That's it, honey. Just like that.
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie loves this. Ed, talk about music, Ed. We haven't heard you all week.
there you go.
Ah,
Ed's
Are
gotta
you
be
listening to
thinking,
music
there's gotta
while
be
you
something
work
better to
on
do than this.
that's like,
Eddie, do you listen to music while you're working on electric?
Yes.
what do you listen to, Ed?
Black
The
Sabbath.
the stuff I like, EDM stuff. That's what I you know what I mean? Because gotta.
What do you listen to? EVM. What the hell is it?
Yeah, that's all I listen to.
Electronic dance music.
That's all I listen to.
Come on, you're a DJ and you don't know what EDM is?
You didn't know
I
that.
just play.
I don't even
play this
listen. I
shit.
don't even listen to it, and I know what the fuck it is.
I just play this shit. I don't
Trans. I listen to all that
Eddie, I
stuff.
thought you were really much like me. I'm an R&B guy. I could do
That's
very much R&B.
Hmm.
So that's what I listen to.
Eddie, are you gonna be a tran?
No, Robbie.
What is it going to be a trans?
No.
Yeah, I heard him. He say he listens to trans music.
That's right, I do. Trans.
Trans. He's in a trance every time I call him. He's like, I said, go. Ah, what? Okay. Eddie.
He's like
True.
Popeye.
True.
I think Eddie's a good sport. Comes
You know,
along, we have a good time.
The funny thing was, the funny thing,
I'm here.
Ed was out. Ed was out.
Difficulty this year with this trying to get on here.
Ed
I
was doing
bought 2
electricity.
computers. 1, 2.
Yeah, the funny thing was Ed was talking to Al, who he's working with, and Ed was talking to him, and Ed was like, "Hey Al," he thought he was getting shocked, so Al went over and slapped him, but it turns out Ed was just talking.
No talking, Dan. Not when you're working with electricity. You can't
Ed.
talk.
Ed, this is what you do to Dan. Same thing I do to him.
Right?
Just like,
That's what he does.
fuck you, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight it out.
Hey, that's what you do, man.
He goes, Al goes, he calls me Deaf Ed because I can't hear.
Right.
He goes, Deaf Ed.
I'll tell you.
Special Ed.
He hands me a fucking 40 fucking amp fucking circuit. He goes,
No,
replace this.
Right.
I'm
I
like,
would,
okay, so I got to go into a fucking panel with about 80 fucking circuits in. It's crammed. All right, I couldn't fit the gun. The thing's just big. I couldn't fit it in. It was.
No, Eddie, you're not supposed to put it in.
What are you supposed to do with it, Rob?
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie.
Slap it in your left hand. Grow up.
How awesome would that be if we booked Def Ed to do like a club, right? And there's no music playing, and Ed's up here like this.
Can't hear damn thing, Dan.
No music at all. He's just like,
Headphones off, and I can't hear thing. Look at my new headphones.
You guys seriously made me think of one thing.
Ooh.
mine are,
See,
I'm
see,
gonna-
Ed's got money. Ed's got money.
My damn headphones broke.
He probably got them from Dr. Dre himself.
I know. That's,
yeah.
They probably said
Ed
him.
got money. Ed
Charged
got
them on
money.
sale, $150.
Ed's got that EBD money.
I walked
No,
into
that's
Walgreens and said, "Hey, give me my employee discount."
There you go.
Right, Eddie?
What's that, right below? What's that, Robbie?
When you were working on Electric FM, you got them. They gave them to you.
These were not the I had the original Pro Beat.
That's not all they gave him.
These. Oh, stop it.
He was on the couch.
Check every single time with a smart ass comment.
couch.
Of course he does.
What's that one?
Weren't you on the casting couch for them?
No, Rob, that was
He was
you.
like, yes.
That was you when I had to bring you in.
Oh, that's
And then I
right.
had to bring in He-Man over there.
Yeah.
And then ratings went up.
Yeah.
That's why I got thrown off
Anytime
the
there's
station.
a casting couch involved, we're done.
After fucking 6 years of being number one, I bring you guys in for 6 months and I'm done.
Yeah.
Done.
So
Because they called us secretly, like, listen, we can't get Ed. We can't afford to change our number. We can't get Ed stop calling us. Can we make the Dan and Rob show? I said, no, we can't.
Is that what it
I'm
was?
seriously thinking of
What it was?
DJs After Dark. I'm still watching the 2 Robins out my window. So
Oh,
What the fuck is that Brad talking about?
He's thinking bird things.
Joanne, come
Thinking
back
about
on the
his own
camera.
bird.
Joanne.
oh.
Let's get Joanne on.
Joanne, come back on, Joanne.
I got news for you. If I bring her back on, our measly ratings go through the roof.
Yes.
Because-
Bring her back on.
Bring her back on.
Dan,
Yes.
That's exactly what we
we're
want.
talking about Facebook and this
Yeah.
guy put this on. It's like it's a 2-minute thing, but he doesn't stay with a song for more than a few seconds, right?
I hate that. I hate that.
No, but this is so creative. Can I play this because it's a little bit of piece of everything, but it's not.
Was it a DJ or what was it?
This is a man that doesn't like to make music unless it's
And
getting
by the way,
like a play button.
because you got to see the faces this dude makes while he's doing it, and on top of that, he's not
Send
in
it to us.
a headphone. He's doing it without a headphone.
Send it to us.
How do I do that?
I would say post it on the DJs After Dark Facebook page
Yeah, just
Yeah.
post it. We'll
to
watch
play
it.
it safe.
Can we just play
So
him?
that way, no, I wouldn't because if it's something, if they catch anything,
Oh,
it's
listen
an
to
algorithm.
the DCC over there.
Let me see. Yeah.
Well, Ed,
Mr. F.
Joe,
This is
Joe,
the
let's talk
DCC.
about that for. Let's talk about that for a
Oh,
second.
No, no,
Ed,
no, no,
hey,
no, no, no. Time out. Time out.
we were no timeout.
Timeout.
We went on the Ed Cafaro show. Okay, we
Yeah.
went on Fast Eddie's show, and we brought in we came in. We brought in a comedy team. Ed was over there doing
Comedy?
his listening. We brought in what?
Some of this stuff is
What?
funny. Some of
We
this
brought in, we brought in comedy. Let me tell you something. Ed was worse than any censorship I've ever seen in my entire life because we did a bit.
Man.
We did a bit. Rob, we did a bit. I think it had to do with John Lennon dying or something like that.
Right.
And that was like, no, we can't have that. The upper guys, but they won't let that happen. We can't.
Oh, dude, they would pull it right off.
Just
It was
imagine.
funny. It was funny. We had some funny stuff.
All right, DCC, proceed.
Yeah, okay, DCC, okay. Right. This guy. Let me tell you something. Ed, I think
Don't do that.
I-
Don't put me off.
I
wouldn't play that.
I-
No.
I wouldn't play it now.
No,
I
no,
made Ed a superstar without
Yeah.
even using my own voice.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, give him one of your fake. Go ahead, give him your voices, Dan. Go ahead.
One of my voices.
Go ahead, give him one of your characters.
Well, I'm in my home studio. I don't know.
Oh, no, do it.
Which one do you like? Which one would you like? Which one would you like?
Cecil. Who's Cecil?
Cecil. All right. I haven't done Cecil in a while. Hold on a second.
Watch this.
This is funny. Yeah,
They
this
know
is-
I'm not on the air anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So no, I can't do Cecil. I'm trying to get into that frame of life. Can I do Cecil? I could do hello, Mr. Ed. Hello, Ed. Ed, it is I, DeMay, and I am
I knew
here.
DeMay was going to come right up. I knew it.
Hi.
I knew you
Hi.
were going to do DeMay.
Hello, and thank you for watching Electric FM. My name is DeMay, and I need you to call the police because I'm in Ed's basement. He does not feed me, and he forces me to sing the EVD music. I do not know this music at all. I just want to see my family.
You can stop now.
Please help me.
You used to do it on the show.
No, May listens to the show.
Okay, well, this was
Hi.
we were up in New York. This was broadcast in New York throughout the world, and he was doing that. And DeMay, if anybody knows EDM, is one of the top female vocalists of EDM, and he's over here working her over.
I was working over big time, dude, because I had no idea who this bitch was. I'm sitting like this. Hello, this is DeMay, and you are listening to Ed CC, where he censors everybody from his basement, where he keeps me naked and does not feed me. Oh, and by the way, the show is what was that guy you did the show with that never showed up, but he took all the credit?
Oh,
I'm not going to tell you.
Who was it, Rob?
Joe.
Joe. This is the Joe.
Was it Al?
This is the Joe show, and he lets Ed come in and talk.
Oh, damn.
I know. So Ed did so much work on that show,
Tons.
tons of work, and I ain't lying. We're messing around with each other, but Ed did a ton of work on that show, and Ed had a awesomely programmed show.
I
And
shared it on DJ
Really,
Park, by the way.
did you? Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing was, if you listen to Electric FM, like you went to the app, they would play they would show like covers, art, and stuff like that. And Ed's picture never came up. It was always the guy Joe, who wasn't on the show for 3 years.
Well, see, he did that. He handled that part of the.
Did he? Well,
Yeah.
he didn't have you on there.
Right out.
He didn't have you on there.
I know that. I've heard it more than one time. Trust me.
Yeah. And it was like the Joe and Ed show. It wasn't even like Ed. It was like then it was like Joe and company. I don't know what the hell. It was like
Yeah, they
and he
made
wasn't even on the show.
the drop.
No, funny thing, bring it up, Electric. I actually reached out to Chris, who was actually one of the owners of that radio station. I'm trying to get a hold of my 2014 shows.
Okay.
I can't get a hold. I don't. I have everything else but them saved. I
Yeah.
actually found.
Does the IRS have them?
Huh?
Does the IRS
Does the
have them?
IRS have them?
No, I don't know who has them, but anyway.
Yeah,
I didn't make a time on the show anyway. It made no difference. I didn't make a cent. But I can't find my 2000. So I sent him a message, a really nice message. See if he
What
has-
we're actually going to do is I'm going to actually, because I have the discs, like we made discs of the shows like that we were on, stuff like that. And what I'm actually going to do is once this COVID-19's over, I'm going to go into the office and we're going to pull all the comedy bits that we did from
Will
the
you
show
be wearing
and put them together. Yeah, of course.
do
Hit 'em
the
with Rob.
stoner dude. Do the stoner dude.
Yeah, Stoner Steve.
Yeah, stoner dude.
Yeah, it's
I used
going
to be
on.
the other one.
you're on the air, Steve. How you doing today?
Yeah, it's going on, man.
Are you-
Yeah.
Steve,
What's that?
how much pot did you smoke today, Steve?
How much pot did you not smoke?
Wow.
And why are you so frosty?
Do you wake up and smoke?
just in a giant glass tube?
I think we wakes up and smokes me, man. We had a lot of fun with it.
6 months. We had a good time.
We had a great time. I'm gonna pull all those comedy bits. I'm gonna
For
put
5 years, 6 months, we had a great time.
I'm gonna put that in a compilation. I'm gonna put that up on the DJV Productions Network. That was a lot of funny stuff. Skeletor. I
Skeletor.
Skeletor.
You can't do Skeletor. You don't do it.
Yeah.
But it'll
Yeah.
be no longer than 10 seconds, correct?
What's that?
What's that?
It'll be no longer than 10 seconds.
No, we had hours of fun stuff, dude. And let me tell you something. I would play that shit. I would fast forward through the music just so I can get to the comedy bits. And the comedy bits, I played them for people, and people were like cracking up laughing because we made it
Let's do
really,
it.
really funny. We made it really, really fun. And Rob and I and Ed had a great time doing
we
it.
did.
We
It
really
was-
did.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
You know, I'm actually trying to. I actually asked him if he's going to bring the station
And
back.
in all honesty, I mean, granted, we were able to add Dr. Rock and we were able to add Matt to it, but the shows we did on Electric FM is what inspired DJs After Dark. In all honesty, because I said
Yeah, it's
we-
been down
we-
since.
we had so much fun doing the comedy bits on there. I said, let's just keep it going, but as a whole show. And that's how DJs After Dark came about. So, I mean, we don't do a lot of the comedy bits now just because it's visual. A lot of the stuff I did was behind the scenes because there would be shows, Ray, when
Yeah.
I did 13 different characters and never once did I ever talk myself. And they had me credited on the show, and they're like, well, who's that Dan guy? I never heard him. Yeah, it's because I'm doing fucking voices.
Nice.
And then at one point, Rob is a wishful producer in the sense that he said, hey, why don't you have this one character fight with this other character? So now I got to do two fucking characters fighting with each other, and I'm only one person. And I pulled it off, son of a bitch. I pulled it off. But what a hard thing that was to do. To actually change two different, and he picks two totally different. Like, at least he could have picked two characters that sounded the same.
What do we call him? Wilcock.
Wilcock, and you had Wilcock, and it might have been Cecil or something like that.
Yeah, Cecil.
The voices were
Cecil was always trying to get in the studio. We wouldn't let him
yeah,
in.
right. And it was one of those things where the voices were so different that I had to, in mid conversation, now you talk and somebody cuts you off. Like I was doing that.
Right, Ed? We know
What's
how
that?
that works. When we talk and someone
Kind of like what we do every Saturday.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's
So,
Dan.
but I was doing that with two different voices, and that was very hard to do. But I did, and I pulled it off. And the casting couch was like,
Night
yeah,
Live.
but you can get off. We want to get this other guy on the casting couch. Thank you very much.
Stop it.
That's what they said.
Stop it.
So they said, we want our new logo to be rainbows and love.
That's what we're all about.
Stop it.
Ed's not getting Ed, you're not getting back on that channel again.
Yeah, I am.
No.
If
I
they
already made a
We
call.
just try to
get
bring
the
a
ad
little
revenue, I'm not saying
right
yeah, I already know that.
And I will guarantee you, we have more listeners and more viewers on this show than you had on Electric FM.
Oh, no way, dude. Come on. Please. No way. No way. No
Thousands.
way, dude. No way. Absolutely not.
Thousands.
Yeah, I had
I
thousands.
want to see
Highest rated show on that channel.
And then it was the only rated show on that channel. So
They had mixed shows too, didn't they?
What's that?
with that,
Didn't they have mixed shows too?
yeah, it was a lot of mixture, but most of the shows on there did not have a DJ
No.
in the sense of a vocal, like an MC. It was
They
Ed
had
was
like
like,
a screen-
I think Ed was possibly one of only two or possibly the only
Three.
MC on there.
There's three.
Three MCs. So there wasn't many people that he was competing with as far as MCs was concerned.
Right. They did
Yeah.
have a morning guy, but he did early mornings, and then it was
Okay.
us in the afternoon.
Yeah, we did like the drive home. We did
Mm-hmm.
the work drive.
Yeah,
And everything.
Fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm
But
trying.
guys-
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm putting all my viewers all over the place to try to see if I can't
Yeah,
get on another station somewhere. But right now, people are kind of like leery about stuff like that.
feeling a lot.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
I'm
And
trying
then-
to get Radio Dan's right now out of Miami.
Okay.
We'll see what happens there because I know the program director very well. So
Well, if you need ratings, you just call us and we'll get on there.
What?
We'll do it all over again.
Yeah.
We'll recreate magic. We'll let lightning strike twice, Ed.
please don't.
Please don't.
Because unfortunately, it strikes Ed.
It strikes Ed.
I think it strikes twice, but it strikes Ed right in the top of the head.
Call me Dirk Diggler.
Ed had black hair before he put us on that show.
Right now, look.
Things for people, what they could do,
Done.
just be at home. What can people do? What would you suggest?
As far as what?
Episodes of DJs After Dark they should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJs After Dark.
think it'll
If you have a Howard Stern-esque humor level, watch DJs After Dark. It's
Exactly.
we make a lot of stuff funny. It's so funny because Rob gets so concerned that he thinks people are going to take everything we say literally, and people don't do that. Rob takes things literally. That's why. But we make a lot of fun of a lot of stuff.
Well, the FCC told me about Rob last week.
Yes.
Mm.
They
Yes.
did. So
Yeah.
they
did.
said, "Do you know Rob Cannon?"
Mhm.
And I said, "Who is he?" He said he had like 5 bands years ago and stuff like that. So
They said they were trying to get to him, but he said it was only about 45 minutes away.
correct.
But yeah, check out all the DJs out there. Check out a lot of stuff. I have a brand new show that you guys like to watch and stuff like that called The Man Cave, which is just man
Nice.
talk. It's man talk. Man talk. We talk about all of it.
Man,
What's that? Man talk. Man talk.
We don't
Not
talk
a
about
man.
other men, do we?
No.
talk about.
Thank God.
Well, episode 1 was out. We talked about the proper etiquette in a strip joint.
Oh,
There you go.
nice.
Yes, yeah. What proper etiquette
Yeah,
was in a strip joint?
because of
The upcoming
because of the
episode.
COVID,
Upcoming episode is how to. You older guys are like this. The upcoming episode is going to be how to accidentally fall into a game of spin the bottle.
Nice.
How do you
But I'll tell you right now, Dan, because of the COVID virus, when you do the strip club, you have to stay at least 6 feet away from her.
That's some girl that I work with. She said, "Could you imagine what strippers are like right now?" And I said, "Yeah, they probably all instead of lathering themselves out with baby oil, they're like all in Purell.
Nice.
Like you're slippery and you smell like Clorox. I don't understand what this fragrance is. You know,
Guys, right now, and I won't explain it to you later. It burns. That's all I'm telling you.
it burns. Joanne, come back on the show, Joanne. I know you're in the room. But oh yeah, so check out these shows, everything. Guys, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell so you can check out when we put the shows out there. Because especially with COVID-19, we're putting a lot more content out. We're trying to get everything out because we're catching up. I'm like a one-man show here doing all these shows. Matt will tell you, it's so hard, and I'm trying to put out as much as I can. So
Yeah, we've been talking about a few things even to streamline some of the stuff that Dan and I were trying to work on that kind of got sidetracked because he was just so busy. He and I could never link up. So I don't seen it lately. We're trying to kind of reformulate how that's going to happen. See if we can make that more of a one man show. With if Dan can jump in, it just makes it. Adds a little bit of something to it. So we're reworking a couple things.
Understand, I do not just come on this show and make fun of Ed.
No.
That's not the only job I have. That's one of my jobs, but it's not the only job I have. It's not the only job I have. Ed, I love you. Ed, I love you.
That's about it.
You are a key to the show.
We love you.
I was just looking for one of the shows that you did. I was going to blow in a comedy act there real quick, but I can't find it.
Which one?
I don't know anyone. I was just looking for anyone.
You got it.
Hey, don't you have just the vocals?
Yeah, I do, but I have to break
Oh
it down.
yeah. If you had the vocals, real quick before we end the show, I would love for you to throw something on. Possibly something with Skeletor would be nice.
All right, I have to look for it. But how long are you ending the show now?
I was going to end the show now, but
Right.
End it because I'm not.
we're not going to find out quick. So maybe the next show we'll have Ed do that. Ed,
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
maybe
I'd like to hear some of that stuff.
Ed, since you can't do news, because I always ask you to do news and you never do news, maybe what you could do is each week that we do this show, grab a different clip, a different comedy clip, and we'll pay that. I think that would be fantastic.
I'll do it.
Because we honestly, I said to Ed and I said to Rob, I said it is devastating, and I mean that, devastating, that the comedy that we put out on that show is sitting in our files and nobody's listening to it.
Mhm.
And honestly, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back and stuff like that, but literally, we went off the cuff. We were not scripted, and we came up with gold. We really, really did come up with gold, and it was like amazing. And I amazed myself. I didn't think half the shit we did was going to be funny, and it ended up being hilarious. So
Hilarious. It was pretty funny. And in all honesty, Dan didn't get me thrown off the show. They lost their ad advertising and all their ad revenue, so the radio station actually had to close. That's why we're still not on it.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. It was
a lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun. And we'll try and bring up some of the stuff here. Like I said, I'm going to try and get a compilation of that stuff. And we'll work together. We'll get all the comedy bits together and put a compilation together.
Okay.
And then we'll put it up on the channel because it's really
Can you
fun.
imagine that, Danny? There's an actual beginning, a middle, and an end.
A lot of people don't realize I do voices, and I just don't do it on the show. But I do voices, and on that show I did every voice. I just didn't do my own.
I know.
Wait,
Dan was like just there doing other
Like, it was funny because I would play the show for people.
for everybody.
I am talking to my real voice.
Yeah,
This is
you
my
was
real
telling
voice.
me just a couple weeks ago that you do voices at home that nobody knows.
Yeah, I know. And he hears a lot of voices in his head too.
Voices.
Yeah, very much like I see dead people.
That's why I'm
Alright,
so busy. That's why I'm so busy.
Yeah.
But guys, check out the show. Go ahead and hit the
We will.
subscribe button. Everybody. Share it, and share it again. Obviously, Matt, he's coming back with Have You Seen It Lately? That's going to be coming up real soon. Rob, Ed, and Ray and I will be here. What's that?
Is that about Matt's penis? Have you seen it lately?
Have you seen it lately? Oh,
No.
sick bird. Sick bird. Rob gets
Yeah,
Rob
you're
gets-
funny.
Rob gets one a year, and that's the one for 2020.
That's a good one.
That's good. That's good.
We're not talking about my penis. It's like Paula Abdul's song "On the Floor." I'm done. All right, so
We know you got a big one,
Thank
Randy.
you.
That's because it collapsed.
No, it's the floor, man. Everybody else gets it.
You get it? I'm
All
saying my penis is long.
Oh God! Enough of this. Enough. End the show, please.
Nobody knows that Ray actually
Oh.
had one of his legs amputated.
Honest to God, man, I was sick and tired of being a freak.
That's why he skips. That's why he skips when he walks. 'Cause every
That's
time he walks,
exactly right.
every time he walks on his right leg, he's like, woo!
Back in those old Rod Stewart days.
Back to the Rod Stewart days. There we go. Fucking horrible. Guys, thank you for joining us today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope everybody got through the show because it's a long show. But
It was.
check it out, and make sure you're hitting us up on Facebook at DJs After Dark. Make sure you go on djbproductions.com where you can go right to the podcast page, and you can check out the shows. It'll take you right here to YouTube. The YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/C/DJB Productions Network. You can see it right on the scroll down below. You can also go to canonentertainment.com. Rob will say, please go to canonentertainment.com and book some stuff up for 2021, maybe.
Website.
And what's that?
You made that website.
I made that website. That's true.
Yeah.
And then go to djbproductions.com for catching me on any of my stuff solo and go from there. But until next time, for Matt, for Ray, for Rob, and for Eddie, my name is Danny J.
Sanitize. Wash your hands.
That's true.
Don't be
And I'll
nasty.
Next week.
That is true. Wash your hands. That is true.
And
Wash your hands.
sanitize.
Sanitize.
Hands and
Hey,
sanitize.
hey, real quick, they have a poster hanging up at my job that says, "Spreading germs is out, washing hands is in." I'm like, when was spreading germs ever in and washing hands out?
Maybe in the 70s. I don't know.
All kidding aside, we're going to learn to wash our hands when all this is done. We won't even get the flu anymore.
Well, according
Yes,
to Cartoon Network, you should wash your hands, and you should
They're
sing happy birthday to yourself twice.
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Something like that, yeah.
I do it 3
And
times.
ultimately, as long as everybody's staying smart, this is going to kind of eventually die out. It's going to blow over,
It is.
It will.
or it won't. And if you haven't read The Stand, do so now and prepare.
We're all doomed.
Captain Trips. Suddenly, all those people say, you really need that much ammo?" Are going to be saying, "Matt, can I come over?"
Next time we're gonna do a memorial show for Bath Salt's zombies, because those guys are no longer around anymore. And I thought that were going to be the epidemic, but no, it's this.
I got one thing to say before.
This is pretty
Okay.
much the epidemic right here.
Go ahead, Rob.
You guys all believe that after this is all said and done with, do you believe that the world will be a different world? Like, in other words, with buffets, I think it's going to be not self-service, but someone's going to be there serving you at a buffet.
No,
Salad bars.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
It's gonna change, Dan. There's going to be things that are going to change.
I think
I honestly don't think there will be. I honestly don't think there will be because they're not going to want to pay the staff to be there serving people like they do that at Golden Corral.
Too, Dan.
They do that at Golden Corral, but no, at buffets they don't. As long as they have the scratch
They're gonna
card,
make regulations, I bet.
I don't think. Yeah, but here's the deal: they're going to make regulations if they can prove that practices up until then caused this, which it did not,
It
No.
did not.
and
And
that's
you
why.
know the thing about it, those goddamn markets in China just reopened that have
Yeah.
all crazy
Now,
shit.
this is not to say that you're not correct in saying that that's what something that should be happening, but I will tell you I don't believe it will because to minimalize everything, if it did not cause the pandemic, it's not going to be something to be changed because of the pandemic. I honestly don't believe that because you're talking about you're hiring staff that's not going to be wait staff. They're going to be constantly over there, and they're going to have to pay them more and stuff like that, and they're not going to do it.
Only they'll probably make them do that for a regulation if you want to have a buffet. This is what your regulations are.
I don't think it. It would be interesting to see if they do something like that, but I don't think that's going to happen because once again, this pandemic did not originate here.
No.
That's first off. It did not originate here, so you're not going to have anybody putting that in the foreground, like say, we got to change how things are, because guess what? It didn't happen because of the way things are right now in the U.S.
It's spread.
That's why.
Didn't
because of that.
No, it's spread.
No, it
spread-
spreads because people are just being damn nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
And
are
it's-
being.
So just like anything else, it's going to end up being kind of like a flu. Eventually, there's going to be a vaccine. You'll get you'll
Yes,
get
there
your
will.
COVID-19 vaccine, whatever, and it's ultimately you're not going to hear as much about it because it's going to be just like anything else. You'll be worried about the flu. You'll be worried about COVID-19, and it'll be a thing. You get your vaccination.
Look at swine flu. Look at swine flu. As a diabetic, I had to jump to the front of the line with the senior citizens to get the swine flu shot, right? That I had because I'm compromised immune system, right? Well, that shit gave me the swine flu for 2 days. And
Really?
it was hard. Oh, yeah. I was in bed for 2 days straight. I couldn't get out of bed. And it was horrible. But you know what? Swine flu went away. You don't even hear about it anymore.
That's the 2 days.
Because it doesn't mutate. That's why. If it doesn't mutate, it's going to go away.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying about the COVID virus. It doesn't mutate like the flu. It mutates every year. It's a different strain. Whereas with COVID, it's not mutating. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They said we'll get this again next year.
Oh God.
That's what they said. I know. Hopefully.
Died.
What's that?
Sylvia Brown predicted this epidemic.
Really?
It should.
2020.
So did Nostradamus.
Really? It's
Did
crazy.
he?
Yep. Yes, he did.
Wow.
There you go. Well, then we should have known.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
I shouldn't have to tell you. You should have.
We should have known.
Yep.
So there.
oh,
the
well,
show, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm
wrap
gonna end
it
the
up.
show. I'm gonna wrap it up. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Stay safe, stay clean, stay home, so we can actually go about
definitely.
our business. Because if you stay home, this can all go away.
Stay home so the rest of us who can't stay home can get caught up and we can start staying home and everybody can start going out.
Exactly.
Tim,
So
keep
once
on the front line, bro. We love you. Hang in
so,
there.
so once again, for Matt, for Ray, for Rob, and for Eddie, my name is Danny J. We'll see you after dark.
Bye, boys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Looks like the sun's coming up. Was that as good for you as it was for me? Join us next time for DJ's After Dark.